Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestlers Debate and to another edition of NXT 2.0 out of 10. And yeah, it's a big show today because of course it is the Great American Bash, so lots of specials, lots of title matches, so yeah, just in general a big show, and it kicked off with footage of a pool party that superstars were attending there, hyping up the show before we headed for our opening match, which was for the women's tag team titles, Toxic Attraction versus Perez and Jade. Jade and Jane kicked off the match and Cora got a big sequence of moves early on before getting a near fall. Jade then tagged their numbers isolated by Perez and Jade, but Jane came in with a cheap shot and took back control for her team. Back after a break, Dolan got a near fall on Perez before tagging Jane, who locks in a submission hold. Perez then broke out of the hold and tagged Cora for a double team dropkick before Mandy Rose dragged the referee out of the ring to break the count. The referee then took his eye off the match and sent Rose backstage while Jane nearly got the pin, but it was reversed thanks to the distraction. Chance was still in control, but Jade speared Jane out of the ring before Perez managed to get the pop rocks on Dolan for the win. And Perez and Jane are the new tag team champions. I did not see this coming. I thought Toxic Attraction would continue with their dominance for a bit longer, and of course with Roxanne Perez having a guaranteed shot at the NXT Women's title because of the breakout tournament, didn't see it coming really, but I mean, like, it gets 7 out of 10 from me because it's been really the Cora Jade turning heel. I don't agree with that. Hopefully that prevents that, and yeah, I'm really interested to see what these two can do together, so 7 out of 10 from me. Backstage, Tony D'Angelo then told Legado del Fantasma that he took care of Santos and showed them a picture of Santos in hospital. Tony said that Wilde and Del Toro had one more chance to prove themselves, and if they fail, they too will be dealt with. Lastly, before we got Trick Williams versus Wesley, Lee Starks strong, got a leg sweep before Trick got down with a kick. Trick then got him outside and hit another kick and chased him away before Carmelo Hayes got in the way. While Lee was distracted by Melo, Williams poured something in his hands from a bottle before rubbing it into Wesley's eyes. The commentators deduced that the liquid must have been rubbing alcohol when Trick landed the spinning kick in the ring and picked up the win. And yeah, I kind of get where they're going with the distraction finish, but for me, I just don't think it works. I think just with the elevation that Wesley's on at the moment, he should have won this match. So yes, but I'm going to have to go with a 5 out of 10. Tiffany Stratton then took on Wendy Chu. Backstage, Stratton was getting her makeup done when Chu came in and smashed her in the face with power. A brawl broke out backstage, and the two eventually fought their way to the ringside area, and a match was underway when we returned from commercials, and Stratton dropped Chu in the ring and smashed her hand into the ring post. Stratton got a few pommel bombs before ripping one of Chu's nails off. Wendy came back with a sleep hold and a stand before Tiffany got the spinning senton in the corner and picked up the W. And yeah, let's get 6 out of 10 from me. No problems with this. Kind of a weird way to start the match, but the match itself wasn't too bad. And yeah, I probably agree with the results, so I'll give it 6 out of 10. Apollo Crews was out next then and said that his passion for wrestling was rekindled thanks to his move to the brand. Vinci then interrupted Crews, who challenged him to a match. Vinci accepted the match for next week before walking out, before we got Niall and Paxley, who were about to start training together so that Paxley could win any future fight. And then we got Carmelo Hayes versus Grayson Waller for the title. Waller and Hayes were pretty evenly matched up early on, but before the champ tried to roll the Aussie by grabbing his tights. Hayes then hung Waller up on the ropes before getting a big leg drop from the top. Melo then rolled out the ring and Grayson chased him out and hit a clothesline before we headed for a break. Back on NXT, Melo got a big springboard GDT before getting a near fall. The champ knocked in a crossface, but Waller reversed it into a triangle long. Melo then got a springboard forearm before taking the stunner, but managed to roll out before Waller got the pin. The Australian superstar then chased him outside, but Trick got in his way before Wesley ran in and took Williams out. Back in the ring, Waller was trying to win the match, but the champ came in with a code breaker and a top rope leg drop before picking up the W. And yeah, this gets 7 out of 10. Of course, with the Wesley interruption, makes it interesting for the next few weeks. And yeah, just in terms of match itself, it was decent stuff. So it gets a 7 out of 10 from me. And yeah, I think it's the right result to keep the title on him. Mandy Rose then gave out a warning to Roxanne Perez before Andre Chase decided to take his students on a field trip to London Barrage yesterday, though yesterday you could have come and seen me. Before we got the Creed Brothers versus Diamond Mine for the tag belts. Roderick and Brutus kicked off the match, and the Creeds took control of the match early on. Strong ran a distraction and tagged in Kemp and managed to isolate Julius in the ring. The Creeds managed to get the tag and took out Kemp with the double team move before tossing him outside twice. Brutus then hit a big dive to the outside on Kemp before he headed for a break. Back on the show, Julius hit a big slam on Roddy, who rolled out to the corner and tagged in Kemp. Julius hit Kemp with the slam as well before getting the sliding clothesline in for the victory. And yeah, this gets 7 out of 10 from me. Decent match. Of course it would be with these four, and it gets 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, good match. But anyway, Von Wagner and Solis Cover got into an altercation backstage, and the match was booked for next week, which would be good. Before we got Bron Breakker v Cameron Grimes in the main event. Grimes went for the injured shoulder early on, but Bron managed to power through and sent him back into the corner, and we headed for a break. Back on the show, Grimes counted the throw and tossed Bron outside before stomping on the injured shoulder. Back in the ring, Breakker got a spine buster, but failed to follow through thanks to his shoulder. Bron slowly recovered and got a big snap suplex before Grimes got an ear fall off the crossbody. Bron got the Frankensteiner for a near fall, proclaimed, got the cave in for a near fall of his own. Grison tried for a dive on the ropes, but Braun caught him with the spear and picked up the W. After the match, the newcomer Jade McDonough, aka Jordan Devlin, laid out the champ on the entrance ramp, making his debut quite interesting. And Joe, I'm pleased with this. Of course, the match was good, very predictable that Breaker would end with a win. But yeah, Jordan Devlin, I'm a fan of his work, did a good job with the Cruiserweight belt. And yeah, I think him going straight into the main event scene could be very interesting. So I get 7 out of 10 from me. And yeah, I'm intrigued to see where that goes. Overall, NXT Great American Bash gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, actually really enjoyed the show this week. There was lots of really good stuff on there. So all of the title matches, I think, banged. I think pretty much all had the right result. So yeah, on the whole, it's just a really solid show. And I think it's just part of the continued progress of NXT. Because yeah, it just keeps on getting better at the moment. I love it. So yeah, good stuff. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. So like, share, subscribe, don't stop comments down below. Follow us on Instagram for daily wrestling news and sports on screen. And that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.